Hi, we're ready to start the business lunch now. Thank you everyone for coming, and I hope everyone is enjoying the delicious food. Singapore seems like an amazing place for food. I'm Andrew Tompkins. I'm the chair of the steering committee for the conference, which is a rotating position. So I'm in my last leg. It's a real pleasure to be here in person. The business lunch is typically where we kind of go through the state of the conference series, and we talk about what's happened in the previous year, this year, and talk a little bit about the future. So we're just going to go through now, starting with awards, and then we'll move through what's coming for the next few years for the conference. So let me turn it over to Hadi, is it, for awards.
All right, to begin with, we're going to show you a 1-minute highlights video of the conference happening so far. All right, so hopefully that gives you a sense of what's been happening for the last few days, and we still have more events coming up in the next couple of days, and hopefully you're going to be staying around. Now we're going to start with just maybe a couple of announcements. I think, okay, we will be presenting this essentially on behalf of all the chairs, including the program chairs as well. So the green ones are still the program that are still going to happen in later today. We will still have oral sessions, demo, and importantly, there's going to be a social event. I'll tell you in the next slides shortly. But tomorrow, there is still a full suite of events, including Doctoral Consortium, the workshops, Wisdom Cup Day, as well as the Smart City Day. So stay around for the program as well. Now, just a brief announcement, right? So we do still plan to go on a social event, subject to weather conditions. If it's a light drizzle, we will still go, unless it's a heavy thunderstorm. Now, this is Clarke Quay, so we're going to be departing, the boat is going to be departing from here, so it's going to look like that. There are 2 ways to get there. We will send you some information about the exact location you want to get there, but if you just meet us at 5:30 in level 1, then in that case, we will have some volunteers that are going to lead you to the venue. All right, so we look forward to the event this evening, and let's all pray for good weather. Right, the trip itself is about 40 minutes. It's a round trip, so you come back to the place where we depart. And there itself, Clarke Quay is a very lively restaurant scene. So you should have your dinner there. It's a pretty interesting place and lively at night as well. Now, we're going to get to the anticipated awards. And there are various awards that we're going to announce here, but I think the first of all is going to be the Best Paper Award. So those of you who attended the Best Paper session yesterday, 4 papers were candidates. They were selected out of an initial shortlist of 10 papers. And out of the 4, we scheduled them for presentations in the Best of Wisdom presentation session. And then the Best Paper Award Committee has then convened and decided on who the winner is. And the Best Paper Committee is chaired by George Carapis from University of Minnesota, as well as the members are Chang Aitong from Virginia, Aris Jonis from KTH Royal Institute of Technology, and Mark Nayork from Google. Now, we are going to announce the honorable mentions first. There'll be 1 winner, but the other 3, I think they have done well as well, and we are going to issue them with certificates for the honorable mention. So when we show the paper, we invite those authors who are here to come on stage, and we are going to pass you your certificate in person. All right, so without further ado, there are 4 candidates. So the first honorable mention, in no particular order, goes to Knowledge Enhancement for Contrastive Multi-Behavior Recommendation, authored by Hong Ruishen, Yi Liu, Po Han Li, and Hong Ziyin. Now, if any author is here today in the room?
Or any representative?
Yeah, please come up, yeah. All right, so the next honorable mention goes to Marketing Budget Allocation with Offline Constrained Deep Reinforcement Learning. And I believe a couple of the authors, at least, are here today. Yes. 3 of them. Please. Let's go to the center, please, yes. All right, the next honorable mention goes to efficiently leveraging multi-level user intent for session-based recommendation via a 10-mixer network. All right, so the authors are Pei Yan Zhang, Zhe Yan Guo, Chao Zhuo Li, Yue Che Xie, Jay Bom Kim, Yan Zhang, Xing Xie, Hao Han Wang, and Sun Hun Kim. All right, so now for the big winner of the day, the Best Paper Award goes to Learning Topical Stance Embeddings from Science Social Graphs by John Pegbiong, Akshay Gupta, and Ahmed Al-Kishki. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah. So there were a few other awards announced, but we won't be giving in-person certificates because some of them are not here today. But instead, we are going to be sending them e-certificates to the winners. So the next, okay, so maybe before I get there, because we decided to have the top 10 papers, and they were invited to a special issue on the ACM transaction on information systems technology, intelligent systems and technology, a special issue on the Best of Wisdom 2023. So these 10 papers were the original candidates, the shortlisted papers. They were considered as part of the original candidates for the award, and they will all be invited to submit their extended versions to the journal, and we will contact them shortly with the invitations. Now, for the Test of Time Award, there was also a committee, a separate committee, chaired by Yiping Lim from Singapore Management University, and the members are Aris Zionis, Eugene Eckstein from Emory, Hang Li from ByteDance, and Erwin King from Chinese U of Hong Kong. And the papers that were considered were papers that were from 2011, 2012, and 2013. There were 12 initial shortlisted candidates, and the committee discussed the various candidates and so on. And finally, they decided on the winning paper. And the winning paper was actually presented via video yesterday because none of the winner or the honorable mention could actually make it. But we would like to first of all congratulate the honorable mention for the test of time, and it was a Wisdom 2011 paper, Aspect and Sentiment Unification Model for Online Review Analysis by Johan Zhou and Alice Oh. Let's give the authors a big hand. And the test of time was awarded to supervised random walks, predicting and recommending links in social networks by Lars Beckstrom and Jurgen Leskovic, also from Wisdom 2011. So it was a very auspicious year to have a paper. Now, the next category, we just let you know that we have been able to support a lot of students this year, and we have various categories of student awards, starting from SIG-IR that basically goes internationally to student authors, NSF that awarded to only 10 US-based students, as well as SIGWeb that supported fair access to let students from economically developing countries to join us virtually. And just to let you know who they are, these are the SIG-IR winners. There are 9 of them from various parts of the world, and many of them are here today, and I think we are grateful to SIG-IR for their support. And these are the NSF attendees, also from various universities, but it's US focused. And finally, we also have the SIGWeb Fair Access attendees. They come from, well, many of them come from Asia, predominantly Vietnam and India, but also from Brazil and Morocco. And we are happy that many of the students get a chance, and we are grateful again to SIG-IR, NSF, as well as SIGWeb for their support. Now, there is going to be Wisdom Cup Day tomorrow. We really encourage you to attend because they're going to discuss all the winners as well. And there were 3 tracks in terms of the challenges. The first track was sponsored by Toloka. It was on official question answering. Baidu was sponsoring on unbiased learning to rank and pre-training for web search. These are actually 2 different challenges. And finally, there is the multilingual information retrieval across a continuum of languages, sponsored by University of Waterloo. And the prizes are pretty attractive. It's a total of $20,000 US in prizes. In addition to those cash prizes, they also get free registration to Wisdom, like full passport registration for all the programs that we have at Wisdom. And we're happy that many of them can also join us in person. We are going to kind of just flash through who the winners are, but we do encourage you to go to the various events tomorrow. So for the visual question answering challenge, here are the top 3 winners. And for the unbiased learning rank to rank and pre-training web search challenge, these are actually 2 different challenges, but I'm not sure whether by coincidence or by providence, the winner of the both challenges are identical. So the first prize in both challenges are the same, the second prize in both challenges are the same, and so are the third prize. And these are the winners. Now, the third track is the multilingual information retrieval. Again, they have 2 tracks. One for known languages, and then the second track on surprise languages. The first prize in both are the same. The second and the third are slightly different, but well, we are happy that many of them get a chance to participate in these various challenges, and we hope that this is going to continue towards the future as well. Right, so these are basically all the awards that we are giving out, and I think finally we just want to acknowledge the contributions of various people to the organization of the conference. I think we benefit from the contribution of multiple volunteers. I think we are very happy to all the volunteers that have been helping us. They help us to do the event, they help us to do the photography, as well as the WOVA setup and so on as well. There is also a secretariat team that is basically staff from the Singapore Management University, and they did a lot of the admin work and basically making sure that things are going smoothly as well. And as well, you know, the video team. We are very impressed by how smoothly everything is, and I think thanks to them as well. They're a team from video lectures. Carlton Hotel, I think they also help us to bring everything together nicely, and we are thankful to all these people. And of course, you know, all the organizers of 2023, and the various sponsors. Platinum sponsor, Huawei. Gold sponsor, Amazon Science and TikTok. Silver sponsors, Baidu, Etsy, and Google. And beyond that, all the different supporters, the Wisdom Cup, the student participation, we get a grant from Singapore Tourism Board as well. So all these different organizations come in together to help make all these things together. And of course, we are thankful to the guidance of the second committee that helped us to get started. and help us to kind of chart the way forward for wisdom as well. So finally, we thank all of you, the Wisdom 23 participants, and we hope you enjoy the conference. But without you, this conference wouldn't have been possible. So thank you. Thanks to all of you. So that's all from the 2023 team. And right now, we are going to go to the 24. And this is going to be done via Zoom.
Hello, everyone. I don't know if you can hear me. Yes, no, yes, great. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Andres Munoz. I'm a staff research scientist at Google. I'm here to talk about Wisdom 2024. So before I go over what we have planned, let me show you a small sneak peek of what you might expect for 2024. So I hope my screen can show. Let's see. Let's try this. All right. So, as you might have guessed by now, the sorry, I guess I was muted. So, as you might have guessed, the location for Wisdom 2024 is in Mérida, Mexico. It's going to be on March 18 to 22nd of 2024. And my team and I are very excited that this is the first time that Wisdom is going to be held in Latin America. So let me introduce you to the other chairs that are going to be helping me. Silvia Tansi, who's also a researcher at Google. Luz Angelica Caudillo Mata, who is a researcher at MDA. And myself, Andres Munoz, who's a researcher at Google. Before discussing some of the details of what we already have planned for 2024, I just want to address one of the things that you probably have in your mind, and that is a big topic, which is safety. I just want to first say that Mérida is widely considered the safest city in Mexico, and is considered very safe to travel by the U.S. State Department. So rest assured that there will be no security issues. In addition to this, as you saw in the video, There's amazing food, there's amazing architecture, and there's a lot of things to explore. The reason why we wanted to bring Wisdom to Merida was for a big goal, which is to try to join two strong communities in data mining. One is the Wisdom community, as you all know, but also the Latin American research community, which might not be as familiar with Wisdom as all of you are. And so for this reason, we want to propose the next Wisdom Day to be the state of data mining in Latin America. This will be a unique opportunity for Latin American researchers to not only present the state-of-the-art research that they're doing, but introduce you to some of the problems that are endemic to Latin America, which might be of a lot of interest to the Wisdom community. Speaking of the program, I also want to discuss and present the next 3 PC chairs for Wisdom. Sergey Vasilvitsky, who is a research director at Google. His research spans privacy, algorithms, learning, and economics, and he served as a chair, PC chair, and area chair for multiple conferences, including SODA, NeurIPS, and Wisdom, among others. Then we have Leman Akoglu, who is a Heinz College Dean's Associate Professor and is the director of the Data Lab at Carnegie Mellon University. Her research spans data mining and knowledge discovery, network science, applied machine learning, and statistics, and has also served as program chair and area chair for multiple international conferences. And finally, Aris Ionis, who, as you saw, was part of the Wisdom, Best of Wisdom 2023. And I'm very happy to say that he's going to be joining us. He's a professor at KTH Royal Institute of Technology. His research is focused on machine learning and graph algorithms. And again, he's also been a program chair for a lot of top tier conferences. We're incredibly grateful to have them join our team. And just to leave you with one last peek of what we have planned for Wisdom 2024, the social program, which is going to be in one of the most important Mayan sites. It's going to be a night light and sound show. So I'm sure you're all going to enjoy it, and I hope you're excited about it. With that, I want to open the floor for any questions that you may have about Wisdom 2024, the location, the program, or anything I can help you answer. Thank you.
Any questions from anyone on the floor? All right. Then I think we thank the Wisdom 2024 chairs, Andreas, and we look forward to that light and night show, light and sound show at night. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And I think right now we invite the bid from Wisdom 2025.
Yeah, welcome to Hanover this time. So 2025 will be you. We would be happy to have Wisdom 2025 in Hanover, northern Germany. Here you see some first impressions. The town hall, 110 years old, with a view on the Maschsee and other sites. The organizers is myself, Wolfgang Neidl. I'm heading the Elsres Research Center. In the middle you see Vienna, where I studied. I then moved to Germany and have stayed there since with a lot of travel for sabbaticals in different years. Søren Auer is the second or co-organizer, also part of the Elsres Research Center. He studied in Dresden, went to Pennsylvania, and is now in Hanover as well, with a focus on science graphs, knowledge graphs, and question answering. There are 3 colleagues who could be program chairs, very distinguished colleagues. Mark Nayork from Google, he studied at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, worked then at Digital Equipment, Palo Alto, Microsoft Research, and is now working at Google in Mountain View. Mei-Yong Jia, who studied at KAIST, has her roots to some extent in Germany, right, in Saarbrücken, which is not so far away from Hanover, and then went back to KAIST, now is heading the IBS Pioneer Research Center with a strong focus on web and society. And as a third colleague, Marie-Francine from Leuven, studied computer science in Leuven, is now busy on her ESC Advanced Grant with a focus on natural language processing, program chair of calling, chair of EMNLP in 2021. This is where we could meet. This is the Hanover Congress Center. Very modern inside, very nice from the outside. It's a building 100 years old. So you have really a mix of different environments. It has been the location of the garden exhibition 40 years ago. There's the green area, garden outside, very nice. This is a sketch of the building, of the halls, bigger and smaller ones. I don't think we quite will need the biggest 1,500 seat hall, but who knows, right? Hopefully we can get a lot of people to Wisdom 2025. There are obviously very different smaller halls available as well. We could meet in Schloss Herrenhausen, which is in the Herrenhausen Gardens, the greatest Baroque gardens in Europe, or in the Schloss Marienburg, which was built by George the Fourth for his wife, built it for 30 years, then they went in, then they lost the war against the Prussians and had to emigrate to Vienna. Very unfortunate. Wisdom 2025 would be in line with a big tradition, scientific tradition in Germany. We had ICD twice in Germany, the last one in Hanover 2011. We had Web Science, and the last 2 before COVID were WLDB in Munich and ECR in Cologne. I looked a bit into the program of Wisdom last few years, quite a few colleagues participating from Max Planck or Leibniz institutes, obviously from companies and from universities all over Germany. We have 3 big universities in our area. The biggest one is Hanover, 29,000 students, part of the TU9 technical universities in Germany. Göttingen, the oldest one in Lower Saxony, 300 years old. Braunschweig, then a little bit smaller, focusing on technical sciences. Very easy to stay in Hanover if there's not a fair. This is why there are so many hotels in Hanover. If you come in other areas, you find a lot of hotels in different ranges, a very well-developed public transport system, barrier-free. This is a kind of overview. Hotels in very different ranges, from economy up to luxury. This is the Pelican Hotel, actually a Sheraton in the old factory of Pelican, who produce office, writing and art equipment. Very nice location. Global connectivity, we have it. Hanover has a large international airport. If you come from Europe, you can fly directly. If you come from outside, usually go through either Frankfurt or Munich, or you go to Paris, Amsterdam, London. All of these are 60 minutes by plane away from Hanover. Inside, of course, you can also, Germany, take the train. You can do that also in the city. I found one ranking, the 10 most bike-friendly cities in the world, and Hanover was on the 9th place, which I liked, and it's indeed true. Most of my PhD students and postdocs go biking every day to the institute, 10-15 minutes. We have a food scene. Obviously, Asian cuisine is present, but not as great as here in Singapore, but still we have it. You can enjoy German cuisine. Obviously, Italy is not so far away, so you have Italian cuisine. And Turkish cuisine is kind of the second most relevant cuisine in Germany because of so many immigrants. You have history and modern art in Hanover. This is a golden carriage of George II, 200 years ago, who was king of Hanover and England. So these two were actually together. You can go into the cities around Hamelin. There's an interesting legend of the Pied Piper of Hamelin, who took away the rats and then took away children. You can go to Bremen, town musicians of Bremen, you probably know them, the 4 animals which stand on top of each other. Or you just go to the sea. Hamburg is 90 minutes away, or Berlin is 100 minutes away by train. You see the Bergamon altar in the Bergamo Museum, one of the most important museums in Berlin. Or on the right side, you see the 8th gate of Babylon. Very impressive, very worthwhile to visit. If you go cycling, as I said, this is a very great city to cycle. There are 15 cycling routes through the Hanover region, all through green areas, or you just go around Hanover on the green ring of Hanover. It's 80 kilometers. If that sounds too much, you can do it in 2 or 3 pieces, right, and take the tram. Or you go hiking to the Harz Mountains, a little bit south of Hanover, 1,200 meters high. So it's not so high, but if you get exhausted, you just take the train and take it to the top, which is also a nice old train. And then, obviously, in the end, I also thought I should ask ChatGPT why we should do, or why you should participate in Hanover at WSDM, right? Because of research, because of meeting people, and of course, because you want to experience culture and attraction of Germany while attending a prestigious international conference. Thank you. We would be glad to meet you there.
Okay, thank you everyone. We are very close to making it through the session. I'll try to go quickly so that everybody can have a little more of the Longan dessert before we close. This is the steering committee, and so this is just a quick update of sort of where the conference is. So we're 2023 right now. We've had this fantastic conference. 2024, we have the organizers are all in place and things are moving along very well. Merida sounds like a fantastic place. I hope we're all able to meet again there next year. And then for 2025, we have one very strong bid that Wolfgang just walked through for Hanover. I think it would be a fantastic place for us to go. The way that the process works is that until the beginning of June, we are open to receive bids from anybody in Europe and the Middle East to host the conference. And then the steering committee will discuss the bids and make a decision shortly after July. And then we will know the location for 2025. So if anybody would like to submit a bid for 2025, please feel free to drop me a note. I'm happy to describe what's involved. You can send to wisdom-sc@googlegroups.com. So to summarize what happened last year, we have had two wisdoms in a row, 2021, 2022, that were hybrid and had to become fully remote. And so in February of last year, we hoped to be able to meet in Tempe, Arizona, and it was not possible. There was a surge of COVID, and the conference moved to be fully remote. So the chairs kind of navigated through that. We had a very nice remote conference. So thanks to Juan Liu and KSC and the rest of the leadership of the conference for managing a very challenging situation. The conference last year was very, very busy. A large number of workshops, tutorials, research papers. The number of submissions was possibly an all-time high, 788 last year. Of those, there were 160 accepted, 717 PC members, and 87 senior PC members. So it's a very significant endeavor to manage a wisdom conference. These are the stats last year on registration by country. I can make these available if anybody is interested. And then similarly, these are the topics that were represented in 2022. I'll just close with this slide. So we've had these fully remote years in 21 and 22, and you can see that the conference has kind of made it through quite well in terms of registrations and also the number of papers over those years. And it feels so great to be in a room like with people again, physical humans together. It's fantastic to see that we actually had about 75% of the attendees in person this year. We had a very robust program, and I'm sure everybody's been able to just sort of like sit through the sessions and get a sense that there's a very high quality research going on, and the conference feels quite robust. So thanks again to the organizers this year, and that's all I had to say. So with that, I'll pass it back to Hari.
All right, thanks, Andrew. So that's essentially all the program that we have for the business lunch. What we would like to encourage you to do is to take a second helping of lunch before the next session begins at 1:30. So at 1:30, we go in parallel. So there's going to be oral session here, and there's going to be a demo session in the Empress 3. I think we still have 20 minutes for you to have a second lunch right now. We have a lot of food. Please go ahead and help yourself.